Hey everybody, anyone is here, and we are back on the Rack ATL Overload server, and I got it right. I actually practiced beforehand. Anyways, first thing you'll notice, things have changed a lot in here. Well, a good deal. And at the end of the last episode, I wasn't digging how everything was starting to get laid out, so I wanted to try to make it look a little nicer and a little bit more permanent. Now, again, all this cobble and marble and dirt, all that stuff's going to go away, but I'm waiting till I can upgrade my Thorncraft stuff to be able to get the Wand of Equal Trade. So until then, you're going to have to just bear with that. But as you can see, I got rid of most of the machines and stuff over here, which I think I got rid of a lot of it last episode, but I moved everything over here. I took all the chests and everything and put it in here for now. Just a place. This is not going to be my storage room. This is just where I was able to move everything. And I placed all my machines here. So as you can see, I have a lot more machines than I had last time. So I have my regular pulverizer and redstone furnace. What was I making? Sand? I guess I was making sand. Apparently, I was making sand. I got my redstone furnace and my... Where does this go? Yes, okay. My redstone furnace and my pulverizer. I was talking about last episode, I needed an induction smelter so I could start making Invar, which I have made. And then I made a couple other things. I made an Igneous Extruder. For all who don't know, this is a really cool device. It pretty much allows you to make obsidian, stone, or cobblestone. Since cobblestone doesn't use up a lava source block, the cool part is you could just turn this on and leave this going forever, and it'll just forever generate cobblestone as long as you're feeding it water. And as everyone knows, the easiest way to feed it water is with a Aqueous Accumulator. You just put it between two water source blocks, and it just becomes an infinite source of water that could feed pipes. Very easy, very simple. So I had this all set up. I also have these hoppers here. The reason I have the hoppers is I was doing quarrying in the nether. And when you do quarrying in the nether, you get nether ores, which is actually pretty cool. Benchy was telling me about this. Once you get these nether ores, when you smelt them, they turn into two normal ores. So like one nether lapis ore, when smelted, turns into two lapis ores. And then, you could grind them or, hit it with a fortune pickaxe, whatever you want to do. So what I was doing was I was queuing up all the nether ores in here to smelt. And then I was moving them here to start pulverizing and then run back through the furnace. It was a huge pain in the ass, and I have these hoppers here and switches to be able to turn the hoppers on and off. It's just a pain in the ass to do manually. So today I thought I would make a processing system. Now, before I do the processing system, we did make some changes below. So let's just take a look at that first. Let's not look at that. So I moved all my magmatic dynamos from here to under here. So I have 3 of these running my base with this hardened energy conduit, still running off of this tank. And I moved it under here just because I wanted to get it out of the way. This is going to be very ugly. My plan is I am going to have 5 of these that run just my base. So my machine's up there, which we just seen a minute ago, as well as my processing and sorting system. So that's going to be run by this. And then I am going to put some more magmatic dynamos here, and that's going to be my main power generation. So when I start making things like tesseracts, I can start diverting power all over the place. I don't know how many magmatic engines I'm going to put here. Maybe, I don't know, how many did I did last season? Did like 12 or 16 last season, something like that. Enough. As you can also see, I've started laying out nether rack on the floor. This is where everything is going to be, and you can see I have spaces for 3 more tanks. I've been mentioning on many, many episodes, and I think last season too, last server at least, that I wanted to play around with different types of power generation, and I really, really plan on doing that this season. So I've already laid out my spots for more tanks. In these tanks is going to be stuff like biogas or biodiesel, whatever it's called, regular oil into crude oil, crude oil into refined oil, whatever. Just different types of power generation, different types of liquid. So I really plan on really getting into that and finding out how to make power different ways, and then I'll be able to process it in different areas down here. But the first thing I really need is more resources, and I needed a processing system. And that's what you see right here. So from the front, it looks very unassuming, but it was actually a lot of work to get this to work the way I wanted to. So first of all, you'll notice it's using mostly thermal expansion. So these are the only 4 blocks that aren't thermal expansion. The thermal expansion just doesn't have a packager or auto workbench, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I really wanted to use thermal expansion for my sorting system because I really wanted to show the power of the new thermal expansion. It is really, really cool. So no, I don't need no sorting machine from RedPower or logistic pipes. Just give me some item ducts, and I'm good to go. So what you see here, and I'm really proud of how this came out. I think it looks really nice. It's very, very clean. It just came out really good. I even made it a little fancy. With here, you'll see items going up and down in all different directions, and the same thing here. Basically, anything that comes out of these pulverizers are going to shoot up this way. Anything going into these furnaces, well, any nether ore is going into these furnaces, and I'll explain that in a little bit. You'll see here, and this packager and this pulverizer and this furnace will be seen from here. So what exactly is this? How exactly does it work? So first of all, I ran power from over there that comes down here, and you can probably see it if I break this block. Yeah, see. And it runs here, and that's what powers everything. So running the power such long ways, I don't think it really does any type of, I don't think the thermal expansion, you lose power when you're running long distances, and if you do, it's very minimal, because I haven't noticed any issues with that so far. So this is my input chest. This is going to be my ender chest. All my quarries are going to feed right into this ender chest for processing. If you come back here, you'll see the first thing it does, let's just get these out of the way. I don't know why I started putting these up. The first thing you'll see is this void chest. This is going to be for stuff I just want to toss. Right now, all I need for that is netherrack. Because I'm processing everything else I could think of, but eventually, maybe if I start running a quarry in a wasteland, I would want to start voiding that, or whatever the case, whatever I could think of that I want to void, that's for right here. Then once it gets over here, you're going to see 2 pipes connected to the same chest, and then another one going down this way. Now, this is very important. You could consider this my sorting buffering system right here. So this chest is working as just a buffer, and then we have 2 pipes going into it. The reason for this is 1 pipe is matching for any type of nether ore block. So as you can see, I have another gold ore block in here. I have it set for whitelist, and it ignores metadata. So what does that mean? So as you can see that the item ID for another gold ore is 1440, and it has a metadata of 2. Basically, all the different ores, the nether ores, have the same item ID with a different metadata. So that means by just putting in 1 nether ore, telling it to ignore metadata, this will match for every single one of these. Very cool. But I wasn't just matching for nether ore, I wanted to match for regular ores too. Now this is a little different. Because this ore is going to get pulverized and smelted, whereas the nether ore is just going to get smelted. This comes in separately, and I specify exactly what type of ore I want there. So right now I'm using metadata. That means 2001 by 4, it's not going to match 2001 5 or 6 or 7 or 8. It's only going to match 2001 4. But I am using ore dictionary, so that means any type of ferrous or any type of copper ore will match this filter. And again, this is a whitelist. So what is this doing? So this is saying any of those 7 ores that I have right here comes into this chest. You are going to send it up here, and it's going to feed into... Sorry about that. I'm not exactly sure why I connected this pipe to here. So as I was saying, this is where these ores go into here, and this is where this all nether ores go into here. Right, so I'm matching. Basically, the reason I had to do 2 different things is because I'm matching on 2 different types of things. See, these ores are matching with metadata, And this ore is matching without. So I couldn't put these into the same filter. But I'm not sure why I connected this. This is my outline out to the, which will be a sorting system, but right now is a chest. And I think I might have done this just in case this chest got overloaded, but I can't see how this chest would get overloaded. So let's just get rid of this. Cool. Okay, so this will allow any type of nether ore in, and this will allow only these type of regular ores in. So from this chest, you're going to see two outputs, the two reds. This output is going to let any type of these regular ores into these pulverizers. And this output right there is going to let any type of nether ore into these furnaces. So let's follow the life of the regular ores first, and then we'll follow the life of the nether ores, because they take two different routes, even though it's one system. So when the nether ore gets through here, the regular ore gets through here, it hits these pulverizers. Once it runs through these pulverizers, it is going to send its dust straight up into these furnaces. Once these furnaces cook the dust, the furnaces are going to send them straight up. Actually, I wanted to put glass up here. I did want to put glass up here, and I probably shouldn't do this while I'm trying to explain to you what's going on, but it's going to bother me. So let's just get this glass up here. Just because I want to be able to watch it. I think it would be cool to be able to watch the blocks moving around up there. Anyways, so once the dust gets cooked into metal, it's going to get ejected out of here. It's going to go around, down, all the way around all this stuff. It's not going to do anything with here. Come down here, up and into this chest right there. See, up and into this chest right there. Eventually, that's really going to connect to a sorting system of some sort. I haven't designed yet, but right now it's just going into this chest. Cool. So that's what regular ores do. Nether ores is a little different, because once I smelt this nether ore, it's going to turn into two regular ores. So then it's going to need to be pulverized and then smelted again. So that's why I have this second filter here. This is going to make just the nether ores go up. Let's go. Go up, come into here, and then go straight into the furnaces. Once they leave the furnaces... Okay, that's why I had this connected here. Okay, that makes more sense. Once they leave these furnaces, they are going to see the closest place that's looking for them is this chest again. So they're going to leave these furnaces, the ores, come back into this chest, and then it's going to match this filter just like the regular ore did before. Come back into these pulverizers, pulverize, get sent back up to the furnace, get turned into ingots, and then the ingots are going to be sent on their way. Very, very cool. I really, really like this. I think this came out really cool. Next. Okay. So that's just ore stuff. But you get more stuff than just ores. You get cobblestone, a lot of stuff that you need to be able to handle anyway. Now, I could have just voided all that type of stuff, but there's always a use for all different types of blocks. So you definitely want to keep a good amount of them. So that's why I put in these 3 packagers, 1 auto crafting table, an extra furnace, and an extra pulverizer. So if I put something in here that doesn't match this filter, which is the nether ore, so any nether ore, or this filter, which is just these ores, it's going to come down this pipe that runs down here and then comes and splits this way and this way. Here, you have the 3 packages, the auto crafting table, and the 2, the 1 pulverizer and 1 smelter. So into this pulverizer, we are filtering cobblestone and nether ore. I don't know why. This is kind of just a fail-safe, just in case these machines do get overburdened and nether ore starts overflowing. It will be able to go into this pulverizer. This will be the first stop of cobble. Cobble will get pulverized into sand. Because, hey, sometimes you need sand. I don't see myself running a quarry inside of a desert, so I'm going to need sand. And then this furnace is set up to cook up cobblestone to give me smooth stone. So any excess cobblestone that can't go into here will start turning into smooth stone, and any excess sand will turn into glass. So that way I always have a little bit of glass on hand, I always have some stone on hand. Cool. So now let's say these two machines are full. The next route it could take are these packagers. And for all that don't know what a packager does, it's a really cool machine. And what it will do is it will try to make something in a either 3x3 or a 2x2 grid. So if I put 9 stone in here, if I put 4 stone in here, it will turn it into a stone brick because a stone brick is 4x4. But if I put 8 cobblestone in here, it will turn it into compressed cobble. So inside these 3 packagers, I have it sorting for cobblestone, dirt, and sand. That means it will make compressed cobblestone, compressed dirt, compressed sand. For all who don't know what that is, I could probably find the recipe for it. It is just cobblestone, dirt, or sand in a 9x9 grid. I don't know why it doesn't show in there. And it gives you compressed cobblestone. Unfortunately, you can't really do that with gravel. The problem with gravel is, even though a 9x9 does make it a compressed gravel block, a 4x4 makes a different type of block. So if you put it into a packager, you'll wind up with those 4x4 blocks. So that's why I have an auto crafting table here set up with the recipe for a compressed gravel block. So all gravel's first choice is going to be here. Now, I know I only have one machine for the gravel, but this auto workbench can hold 64 times 9 gravel. So I don't think this is ever going to get overloaded. If it ever did, it would just flow its way into this overflow chest here at this junction. So if items can't go this way because all these machines are in work, they will go this way, up and into there, as well as any type of items the sorting system doesn't know about the processing system doesn't know about will just go into that chest. Whew. That was some talking through. But I think this came out really, really cool. I really like it. As you can see, I have room right here for another machine. And I really could add on to this if I really wanted to. Right now, I don't have any other use for it. But this should become very, very flexible. I've never done a processing system completely in thermal expansion without having to use any type of item tagging and sorting and all that stuff. So I really, really like how this came out. So what are we going to do? Well, of course, we're going to test this. I have all this stuff right here that I want to just throw into here, and we are going to watch this baby work. So let's just get all this stuff ready. And then we'll throw some stuff in here that it won't know what to do it, just so we could see it overflowing and dumping garbage. And cool. All right, so let's just drop all this stuff into this void chest. Now, this ender chest. Wow, sorry. As you can see, I still have the set white one. I have not color-coded this, and I also plan on locking this with a diamond because, of course, I don't want my quarry's resources accessible to anybody on the server. So let's start getting this stuff in. Let's get some of this, some of that. I just wanted to. Right now, I had it kind of in order, so I didn't want it to be in order when I dumped it in here. Cool. So now let's start watching, and we should start seeing these things go into action. There we go. Now we could see the nether ores are starting to go into the furnaces. Obviously, the regular ores are going into the pulverizers, and they are all finding their route. Soon, we're going to start seeing these guys go up, the redstone furnace and the pulverizer, and then we'll start hearing the packages going. There you go. And look at this. It is really, really cool. I am so happy with the way this turned out. Next time, what I am going to need to work on, as you can see, the ores are leaving there, and the metals are going to the right, the ores are going to the left. Very, very cool. These might bounce around a little bit in here. Not too big of a deal. It shouldn't really take these furnaces that long to actually process it. So next time, what do I want to work on? So there's 2 things I need to work on. Now that I have my processing system done, I need to be able to sort the output of this. That's going to be very important. As you can see, the stuff it didn't know what to do with just dropped in here. Gravel is being compressed. Dirt's being compressed. The sapphire nether ore and the ruby nether ore was cooked. Sand is being compressed. Very, very cool. So the next thing I need to do is I need to set up a sorting system. So now that I'm actually processing everything, I need to sort it and throw it into chests. I think I am going to put all my bulk stuff is going to be down here, and then maybe somehow wire some tubes upstairs to where I'll have my workshop. I guess it would be more like over there, where I could start dumping metals and jewels and dusts and stuff like that. What else I need to do is set up my magmatic dynamos so I could pump power for the quarries. Once I have enough power going for the quarries and a sorting and processing system going, I can make me some tesseracts and have the quarries going on 24/7. But all that is probably in the next episode or two. I highly doubt I'll get the sorting system and the magmatic dynamos done before then. But hey, maybe I will. But until next time, thanks for joining me. If you liked what you see and you want to see more of my modded series, definitely subscribe. You'll get notified every time I come out with a new video. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. It definitely helps me a lot. And I'll see you guys next time.